We utilize the telephone.
Even I do, and I'm a little further away from them.
Should have a private line.
Well, the way it
Direct
works-
line.
The way it works, I have call
A direct
waiting.
line, I mean.
Oh, they'd love that.
I mean, outside the telephone company.
We don't need that because I have call waiting.
And we call before 8 o'clock if it's long distance.
Bill won't let me.
Jennifer,
Bill
how
won't
many
bill.
of you are there?
There's
No
only
recorders.
3.
Just
Forget it.
3?
There's 3 girls.
Were you born here?
Well, I was born in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, you were all born here,
Yeah.
all 3 of you.
My dad refers to, because my grandma and her 3 sisters, they all are on the phone constantly, and my mom and all of the females of the family, and my dad calls it the Basco hotline. Because the news travels like you can't believe it.
Well, my husband can't understand it either.
Well, we're friendly people, let's face it, right?
Well, that's one thing I never understood, being so friendly and so sociable. Why did they choose a sheep herding job?
Because that's
When you're so lonely.
Necessity.
My mother
Well-
used to say, Bearra.
Bearra.
Yeah, best word, Bearra.
Bearra.
We
But
ask her how come she
there are
necessitates.
hundreds of jobs in the world that they could have done.
Yeah,
They're comfortable
they
with
have
sheep
to have
though.
a chance.
They're comfortable with sheep. It's one thing that, when it comes to sheep, most every family has sheep. They're comfortable with sheep. They probably say, well, I can do that job, and probably are afraid to try another job for a period.
And
They eventually do more.
the bat's nature, is a little bit different than a lot of nationalities. I think, I really do. I think we enjoy our quiet as much as we enjoy our social gathering. It's just, and I think that with the sheep, they get that quiet, and then they get together in all these Basque hotels. They have a really good time. They're not always out there. First chance they get, they come in, I hear.
Don't you think that the sheeper felt more of a sense of accomplishment, and he knew that all the sheep were depending on him?
They might have some.
You know, rather than digging a ditch or picking fruit, you always had some supervisor or boss. But when you're herding sheep,
You're the
You're the boss.
you're the boss, and all those sheep depended upon you.
I think that has a
So,
lot to do with.
and
Basque
also, I think,
mentality.
at least I would like to think that the Basques are quite religious, even if they don't go to church all the time. That
Talking
they
about
felt closer
himself,
to
I
God,
think.
because you know how Jesus was talking all the time about the sheep and losing one in the flock, and you know. So this is my.
It's a possible thought. I have a
Well, let me give you what happened in the Basque Country since 1880s. That's when most of the Basques came to this country, 1880s, and then afterwards.
Right.
1880s is when the Industrial Revolution hits the Basque Country, my part of the Basque Country, Bilbao,
Right.
the big city of Bilbao. Well, from 1880 to 1960s or 70s, probably 500,000 people immigrating to that area. Well,
Yeah, I
instead of
see.
having Spaniards come in there,
Yeah.
Basque peasants could have gone there,
Right.
do the work.
Right.
They didn't. They rather come to America and herd sheep than go and work in a factory.
Well, because of the wide open country here in the West.
They need that space.
You're right, and the independence that they would
I
receive.
tell
Daddy
my-
never worked in a factory. Daddy never worked in a factory. He ranched or took care of the orchard or took care of other people's orchards.
He was always his own boss, nearly all the time.
Always his own boss, right.
And even when he was in Spain, he used to say, I was a foreman over 40 men at 16
Brickyard.
in a brickyard.
So
So I
he
mean,
did.
I think that's a whole lot of, a little bit of a mentality of the Basque. I think they have and that was Daddy, of course, but I think a lot of the Basque have that. Let's say, look at Dominic, look at Basseteries, look at Armusbus.
There's not one of us working in a factory.
No,
No.
none of them. I don't know of any Basque that worked in a factory, really. That comes to my mind, the Chicos, Mojigas, none of them. They may have found, they may always be looking for a bargain somewhere when it comes to a ranch or something like that, but if they keep working at it, it seems that they usually find somebody that recommends something to them and they buy it. That seems to be what's happened.
They're workers, and they can sacrifice
dependable.
what's necessary.
They're dependable, I think.
Well, he's talking about way before,
Yeah,
early on years. These
Even-
men, these masked men that came, the ones that came originally, didn't the Achantis originally make their money in sheep originally? I mean,
Yeah.
ones before.
The grandfather
See,
did.
like
They-
the, like the
That's what I mean,
message.
they
Dominic's father.
originally made their money that way. They were
Yeah.
great savers, and then they were able to really
Buy the land.
buy the land
And-
and
and
be
then
their
the oil
own
wells.
bosses.
Oil well helped
See,
out.
see,
Oh,
the-
well,
Little oil
yeah.
filtered
Yeah,
in too.
the 2
if you were
acres
lucky.
that sold for $50,000
Yeah.
during Depression,
Right,
with Grandpa Chandy.
yeah.
Sure.
Now they're a
Yeah.
million though.
Pardon?
These acres are a million now.
Oh, sure, but that was, just a stroke of, we'll say luck or whatever. It was meant to be this way, but, yeah, I moved away from Orange County right after World War II. I was a pilot during World War II, and I could sense the closeness coming in Orange County, so I moved to Nevada. And I've lived here since, well, ever since then, until 1989 when I retired.
Angie,
Yes,
you and I still say we need space, don't
yeah,
we?
we still need space.
She and I retire from these others,
These
we
young ones,
feel like it, and we say we need space.
so we go into a quiet place.
Well, I thought you were gonna talk about other space. You know, you got,
Way up there somewhere?
but no, my wife thinks I'm crazy.
Space.
I'll be 71 in July, and I wanna buy 2 or 3 acres
And she can,
and raise a couple of sheep.
See?
And,
There you go.
and more work, you know, because we've only got a quarter of an acre, and it's in this town of Medford. It's a city block, you know, city corner lot, but it's only a quarter of an acre, like I say, but I'm always working outside, and I love the warm weather. Fog makes me very, very dreary, and, I don't know, it's not good for me. So if I had the brains, I guess, that our Lord gave the birds, I'd go south in the wintertime. But
we
I don't have enough shore shot.
I told him he could come to stay with us.
Yeah, I wouldn't charge him very much.
Yes, he very
Put him
much.
to work.
Pardon?
Put him to work. He loves to work.
He'd make me
I
a
bet.
slave.
Plenty of room, he can,
And then I'd be obligated, when we played golf, I'd have to let him
he can
win.
carry my clubs.
Oh, dear. Well,
There was one other question that Jennifer had suggested, which was, can you remember when you were growing up, what you thought you would grow up to be? What were your ideas about what life would be like when you were growing up? What were your ambitions and?
I think Angie had more ambition than myself anyway.
I don't know, finally, I don't know, had any ambitions, I just had a lot of
You did.
ideas, just all in my head, never stopped running, that's throwing me.
You had ambitions. I was easier to settle.
I had a lot of opportunities, I had very good fortune, I should say, during my life, I feel as though I had a lot of opportunities, I did a lot of things, but I don't know that I think it was just happened, I don't think it was because I was aiming for anything.
Maybe I should have asked, what were your dreams? Did you dream about being married and having a family? Did you dream about
yes.
travel?
No, I didn't get married and have a family was mine.
Well, you
And we
you
had
got to get
6.
married, didn't you?
No,
I
did
just-
you know
I
you
would
wanted to be
say-
a nurse?
I would say that, yes, at a very early age, I wanted to be a nurse. Why? Who, good Lord, doesn't know why? But when it came to be senior in high school, I wanted an education. There was no place to go. There was no money in our house. And so, at that time, they had the Cadet Nurse Corps, because it was just wartime. And if you signed up in the Cadet Nurse Corps, you would get your education free, but you had to go into the service if the war continued. And so I said, that's my way to get an education. So I signed up, and then the war ended just in the nick of time. But that was it. I did always say I wanted to be a
My
nurse.
sister,
That was,
we opted in the war.
you helped, yes, you did your part, I agree with that.
Frank sure came home though, and he said,
But as far as
"You are not
ambition-
gonna belong to the whatchamacallit, remember?
Yeah, I didn't want her in
He
the
didn't want her
service.
to be in
Definitely
that.
not doing the service.
He didn't want her to do that. He came home to
So
tell
But I
her.
mean, as far as ambition,
We just,
I just knew that I had to take care of me, because nothing was gonna be, there was no money for anybody going to college.
I think we all.
I mean, we all had to work for what we were gonna get.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing we
and we
all knew.
accepted it.
But in high school, we all took a college course,
Oh,
didn't we? Yeah, I mean, they encouraged us to take a college prep course, and we all took it, just like as if we were gonna go
To
to
prepare for
college.
college, we
And
were all
we
ready
really-
if anything happened.
I finally saved enough money and went I went to a business school, 5 years after I graduated from high school. In the meantime, like I said, I had good fortune. Was a retired couple that my parents knew that were retired, and they liked me. And so they took me all over the USA. I've just been lots of places. And it was a shame because my dad knew it wasn't fair, but I was too young. I kind of fought that one. I was too young to have much sense. So I went along. It wasn't a job. I wasn't paid a cent. But I liked the people. They liked me. And I went to Florida and Yellowstone Park and all kinds of stuff. And I brought my little gifts for Delores, and Midge was jealous. I
She
didn't know that.
neglected me. Number 8 got nothing.
So,
You had a
and
pretty white dress. I made you in the
So what-
7th grade. Now, don't go saying you
I had a
got
white
nothing.
dress one time. Frank got all the dresses.
finally, Daddy never brought us to go to school. Now, that's funny. Daddy did not want us to go to school
Beyond the 8th grade.
beyond the 8th grade. He
He
wanted
says
to learn that.
if you study up to the 8th grade, you ought to be able to become the president of the United States.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You see, we
but-
have different lives. Kevin and I have
but-
different lives.
But you have to realize his way of thinking.
Of course.
He went to school one day
Yeah.
and he said, this
Didn't like
isn't
it.
for me, because I'm not the big Yorka, I mean, face it.
Yeah.
And so he figured, hey, can you imagine I went to school one day, and he was smart.
Yeah.
He could
he really
figure
was.
more in his head
Yeah.
than a lot of people could with paper. And I was about ready to say a little calculator for Jennifer's sake, but we didn't have them then. But anyway, we all grew up, like the girls have said, knowing that we enjoyed work. I imagine I worked more on the farm than anybody because I enjoyed that. My oldest brother Johnny was more in tune for scholar and achieving things like that. So I guess I was my father's partner, and but I enjoyed that. Yeah, but I enjoyed working, and I still enjoy working outside.
So finally, I got some college out of it.
Well, but yeah, I didn't have any dreams except that I wanted to travel, and I have. And I don't know when I wanted to fly. I guess it was about 1930. No, I wanted to go to Spain and fight against Franco. You betcha. And I was young enough. I was flying in junior college, and I was going to go over there and help them OS balloon.
Boy,
But my dad said, forget it. And then when England went to war, I could have gone to Canada and started flying with the Royal Canadians. And my father again said, you don't have to be in any hurry. You're going to get your chance because the United States will be in the war. So, everything worked out fine. I'm still here. So,
Our parents really suffered through the Spanish Civil War. I remember that.
Yeah.
They really
well, you
kept
can
up with
imagine.
every little bit of the news they could hear, and they really suffered through that.
Yeah, because Guipúzcoa and Vizcaya were the defeated provinces, and they suffered terribly, terribly. Until very recently, those two provinces were officially termed the traitor provinces. Vizcaya and Guipúzcoa, yeah. The traitor provinces.
They didn't know, they hardly knew which side they were on, did
Some
they?
Basque were one
I
side.
know.
Oh, yeah, they knew. But,
I met two
They knew
brothers.
as far as our parents are
Two
concerned.
brothers.
oh,
We
your
met, we
parents.
met two brothers that are cousins when we visited Spain. and they fought against each other. They were both of them Guipúzcoa.
Mhm.